Love is in the air with Valentine's right around the corner, and you'll love that TopDon's got their full diagnostic scanner marked down $160 off the retail cost. And you'll also love that it's a Bluetooth bi-directional unit. Hey, this right here is a solid setup. So this has your enhanced hardware, the latest 11.0 Android, 5 times faster computer. Hey, battery life, you're talking a 10,000 milliamp battery. So you're talking 12 hours of runtime on that. So if you add that Bluetooth bi-directional unit, this right here is a solid scanner. So Bluetooth means that you can actually walk around the vehicle 33 feet doing your diagnostics. And this way you actually got a VCI that plugs directly into your OBD2 port through a cable, and that way you're free range with this right here, not tied to the OBD2 port. So this right here, you're able to use that in addition to it being a bi-directional unit, so you can actually send the command out to the vehicle for wipers, pumps, motors, injectors, and real time. That's going to help cut down on your diagnostic time because you can quickly find those faults or at least isolate where it started from. So this right here has got a couple of features on it. So you've got an HDMI port that you can plug into, a larger monitor. That way you and the customer can sit back and, look and review what's going on instead of both of them being tied to that large 8-inch touchscreen here. So this right here is a solid factor in itself. But then you've got the other factors that you can start sending out things like your, freeze frames and data reports, and you can send that out to the customer, or you can put it up on the screen. That way both of you can see what's going on. But you start asking about, will it cover my vehicle, as well as, what's the, details of that. But hey, you can choose your shop info on here. You can do your customer feedback. You can change your settings on it. So you've got a lot of details that you can do within the board itself. But then you start looking at, as far as other things like your library itself, you got the DTC repair guide. Hey, what vehicle does it not cover? What does it not cover? So you start adding, over 10,000 vehicles, and that right there is going to cover most of the vehicles that are on the road. And then you start adding the warning light library versus the hot resets. You've got 8 hot resets with this. So you've got the oil, throttle, parking brake, the steering angle, DPF regens, your ABS bleeding, battery maintenance, your airbag, and hey, the list just keeps going on with the updates. So this is a one-touch update. You get the updates for 2 years free, and after that, you can choose to pay the $120 on the year for the update. But if you choose not to, hey, you keep your current OBD2 functions on it. So that's just something you can choose to update when you're ready to. But you add those hot resets, and it's going to cover your, major system like your engine, your transmission, your, SRS and airbag system. Hey, this is a solid unit. So you start looking at the warning light library. You got your braking system, your battery, your oil pressure, traction control, your transmission, DPF. Hey, this thing right here is just loaded. So you just keep looking, and there's more factors. Hey, you can take a screenshot of what's going on right there, so that way you and the customer saw that initial, part of the freeze frame or that data stream. But then you start looking that you can toggle between windows, and you can check if you want to go online and check some details of some other codes. But you also have the warning light library, as well as as far as checking generic codes. That way you can find out what TopDon's got on this here, but you can also do some research in addition to that. So this thing is just a solid all-around scanner here. So this being a Bluetooth bi-directional unit with the extra factors of the USB-A and the USB-C charging, screenshot button, your landline. Hey, this thing has got a built-in speaker with it. You've got everything. And then you start looking that there's other factors that you can consider with this. Is you got your quick support, you've got your home page with it, you change your files and your settings. But this right here is where you're going to start, adding more details within. That way you can look back on. But then you start looking, you got galleries and, screen recordings, the email, cameras. It's just non-stop. You can check your battery maintenance on it, so you can check your charging, cranking. This thing is just fully loaded here. So check the link down below to find out more details if you want to check the latest that's going on with this. But the 500 and the 600, they're pretty solid units also. But to have a Bluetooth bi-directional unit, it's hard to pass that up. And to be able to have that option to walk around the vehicle, this is a solid unit here. And you also do have the prop on it, as well as some other factors like the TF card. You can add that in there for extra storage. So you got up to 128 gig of storage. So With the cost right now, Valentine's, you'll love this scanner right here and you will not be disappointed with it. But yeah, check this out, the AD900 Lite.